Huber in the Morning on 100.7 The Bay.
It is Huber in the Morning, 100.7 The Bay. You know what time it is. Miles is up feeling good today. I saw him running some laps around the building earlier. Looking sweaty and polished. He's ready.
Somebody's got to be right.
It's not me. It's time for the radio sensation Sweep in the Nation.
It's Huber in the Mornings on this day on 100.7 The Bay.
Well, that it is, my friends. Time to take a deep dive into December 20th throughout the annals of history. We are going to jingle our bells down memory lane, listen to clips, reminisce, all in a little segment we like to call... And you can play along, 410-584-1007, and I advise you to do so because, at least for the rest of this week, it's still a crowdsourcing situation. Maybe in the 2-4, I might go back to guessing. I don't know. Right now, though, I'm liking the crowdsourcing.
Yeah, you better get all these lies out before the end of the year. We need to start off fresh.
That's right. This is going to embarrass me. We're going to talk about two different films today, one of which I've seen and one of which I haven't seen. And sadly, we're going to start with the one I haven't seen.
This committee to produce any witness or evidence against me. And if they do not, I hope they will have the decency to clear my name with the same publicity with which they now have besmirched it.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Michael, we're bigger than U.S. Steel.
There are so many people out there right now who got some chills and could see those scenes in their brains.
Yep.
Not me. That was the first time I've heard any of those lines.
We're not good men sometimes.
My man card is in the shredder there in the mailroom.
Yeah, I can change the oil in my car.
Right.
Or oil.
The oil. It's a one-syllable word.
Yeah, it depends where you're at.
Right.
I can, go into a bathroom, fix the faucet. I can change the head of the shower. I know a lot of manly things. When it comes to overly manly movies, I got nothing.
I don't know how this has missed my radar for all these years. I know the legend of Godfather. I know that 2 is supposed to be better than 1, and 1 is great. And I love a lot of the other movies in the genre. Goodfellas, love. Casino, love. You know what I mean? I don't know why. It almost became a thing after a certain amount of time. It's like, well, now that I've gone this long without seeing it, am I going to double back and do it?
Right. And I know Big Boss is off today, but he said one of the streaming services just had a behind-the-scenes look at the making of The Godfather.
Yeah, they did a whole series about securing the rights to the story and all this kind of stuff. And it was basically a mob situation just to get the rights to do the movie.
Right. Hey, if you go and talk to Vinny the Jacket, you need to talk to Vinny or you're not going to get the rights to this movie.
What would our mob names be? Because a lot of times they just take your biggest flaw and then make, would I be the belly? You know what I mean?
Right. I guess I would
you be lumpy?
I think, End of the Hunch or something like that.
Lumpy soup.
Is that like matzo balls?
And I'd be like Hugh Belly.
Don't you disrespect Hugh Belly like that.
It is one of those beautiful things to just own your physical defect or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the other theory there sometimes is just to be the opposite. Like they'd call me Slim. You know what I mean? Or you'd be like Straight Arrow. We might need to do a fake mob movie trailer and just have a bunch of our names just be horrible things about our personalities or our physical appearances.
I think that's good for you and I. I think if we involve Social Goddess, that's an HR situation.
Sued, right?
Right.
Stevie the Beard. That would be yours. And then I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. I like it, though. I don't want to blow
I'm so glad you come up with all the mean ones for me and you can't think of any for yourself. Thank you.
It's quite a palette with which to paint.
Right. Scoliosis the kid. Ha ha. Keep shooting. What's the year? That's strike 2 this week. Yesterday.
Am I getting the wheel?
Maybe. You want to hear Def Leppard?
It was Whitesnake.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you remember. Give me a year.
Let's see. Oh, people are chiming in on this, too, and I'm not going to read them to you.
Alex, I need a best of.
Liz in Tawnytown hasn't seen them either. Patty from Relay and Chris on the Eastern Shore are giving me opposite answers. Sarah from Mount Airy does agree with Chris on the Eastern Shore. Man, oh man. I'm positive Chris from the Eastern Shore has seen this. It just fits in.
I mean, jalapeno paste
and
mob
and roller
movies.
skates and mob movies. It's all
good to go.
It's all good to go. So I'm going to say the year of our Lord, 1974.
1974.
Thank you so much, crowdsourced.
That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct.
Just wait for you to look at me.
Hey, Alex, if you're listening, I need the worst name I was called, and I need an address. So make that happen.
Hey, Alex.
It's a trap!
We're going to continue on with the part D of the radio sensation Sweep in the Nation after this little ditty that I penned quite some years ago that seemed to make a comeback here this year on the Obey airwaves. It is the most wonderful time to drink beer. After that, we talk Father of the Bride next.
It's Huber in the mornings on this day on 100.7 The Bay.
We just talked about one of the biggest must-see movies of a certain generation, The Godfather Part 2. And moving right on to just an equally manly must-see movie, of course, Father of the Bride. That's right, Father of the Bride.
Hi, Dad.
I know what it is. You bought a house, right?
Man, I thought you guys were going to have a baby.
Get out of here.
Tell him.
I'm going to have a baby.
Congratulations, Grandpa.
Now it's out with the old, in with the new.
Kids, you're gonna have a baby.
He's right back
What is
where
going
he
on
started.
right here?
Honey, I need to know how you feel about all this.
This is the Father of the Bride Part 2 trailer where they have the baby.
about it.
No, I said Father of the Bride.
Part 2.
I swear to God, that's not what.
Father of the Bride, she gets married. Father of the Bride Part 2,
Hi, Dad.
she has a baby.
Did they match the trailer together? I swear to God, I'm pulling up. It said Father of the Bride and the year that I had.
I can hear it spinning somewhere in the distance.
That's rude. You spend 15 seconds patting yourself on the back for a song you wrote like 15 years ago, right? And then I get duped because I didn't watch these crappy Steve Martin movies. Okay, apparently just brings Martin short in every one of these movies because he has no other friends. And I get duped on YouTube. And then I get the wheel.
We're not at a bull roast, baby. That's not that wheel. That's not the liquor wheel or the money wheel spinning. I think you did it on purpose, just to mess with me. Just to see if I
would
knew
I
it.
try to set myself up for the wheel? Look at my eyes. Look at my beady rat eyes. And tell me if I did this on purpose.
You did not do it on purpose.
No.
All right, so I'll read. We're talking about the first one, I assume, because that's what's on the paper.
I got a bit of the first trailer, apparently, in the first one.
First in the series, the movie follows a father, George, who is excited to see his daughter Annie come home from studying abroad. But she comes home engaged, and the wedding plans become all too much for him. A Father of the Bride hits the big screen. Now, I'm trying to think. One of the best scenes in one of those movies is where he freaks out in the grocery store.
I should have just won with the hot dog bit.
That's what it is. I think that's in one.
It is.
Yeah.
And I had that. And I wanted the trailer. Because the trailer paints a better picture of the movie.
Of the second movie, yes. It really does.
There was part of the first one. I think that was for a double feature.
That's right.
That they did at a Cineplex.
Of course. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. I may have to get it I may have to get the wheel for this one. That's on me. That's on me.
You know what? Here's the thing. You were just trying to push the envelope. You had the hot dog bit, and you were like, you know what? That's just not good enough. I can make this better.
Yeah, I mean, Social Goddess and I last year did the hot dog bit. I had that clip ready to go, and I was like, no, I want to change it up.
Right. Make it better. I appreciate the effort, even though it was misguided.
Yeah, I suppose. Welcome to Huber in the morning.
Lord. So a lot of guests coming in at 410-584-100.7. Stanley from Whitehall decided to give us every year of every piece of the Father of the Bride franchise, of which there are 3.
This may be the worst on this day I've had. With the awful nicknames, 410-584-100.7 came up to me if I was a gangster. And now, I'm glad Big Boss is gone.
Woo! Oh, it's good stuff. It's good. It's good. It's good. I'm like frozen.
Right.
I don't know what to do.
Why don't you just put the hands together at this point? And welcome to the stage,
none other than
Jackson Heights' own.
And welcome to the stage. Big round of applause for
Jackson Heights' own.
Mr. Randy Watson.
Yes.
1991, I'm assuming, is correct.
Yep.
Stanley from Whitehall. Time for habanero paste waffles.
He's just mad because he's named after an awful drink receptor. That's not my fault. In his made-up town of Whitehall that I've never heard of before.
Oh, God, that was so funny. I still love you.
Man, it's been a bad week.
It's been a great week.
For you, you've had a real good week. I wasn't at the Oregon Grill yesterday.
Delicious lunch with ABC Equipment Rental. Happy holidays.
Yeah, I'm not invited. I'm not invited to those.
You were invited to part 2 of the lunch.